Alright, so today I want you to take a look at your corporate card statement. How many of those charges can't be matched against invoices? Well, for most finance teams, the honest answer is not all of them. AWS charged you last month, Slack auto-renewed, Adobe, GitHub, and so many others. All of these are auto-debited without the AP team ever coming into contact with these charges. Today, we're going to talk about how we can circumvent this issue. We'll show you how these auto-debit transactions can be brought into your AP process, be recorded as paid, and entered into your ERP all automatically. We're going to do this using a combination of n8n and Blackbee AI. If you don't know what Blackbee AI is, I suggest you head over to our website and check us out first, and then come right back here for the rest of the video. Let's get into it. Auto-debit used to be a utility thing. Now it's how you buy almost everything. Cloud, SaaS, your whole stack running on a card on file. The problem is timing. The charges post to your statement first. The invoice is still sitting on the vendor's portal. So at the month end, someone's playing detective trying to match a mystery charge to an invoice that was never recorded. It's slow, it's error prone, and honestly, a lot of that spend just never makes it to the books at all. So let's be clear about what this is because it does get confused with a few other things. The payment already happened. Nobody needs to approve it or release it. The job that's actually left is to capture that invoice, record it as already paid, and get it into your books. This is not expense management. There are no employee receipts here. This isn't a SaaS spend tracker. Those just list what you're spending. And it isn't reconciliation. Blackbee doesn't match things against your bank statement. It makes sure the charges show up in the first place. Here's the whole thing in 3 moves. n8n goes and gets the invoice. Blackbee turns it into a bill and posts it into your ERP as an open item. Then Blackbee applies the payment and closes that bill out. n8n does the fetching. Blackbee does the thinking, the recording, and the posting. That's the division of labor, and everything from here is just building those 3 moves. So 3 things before we start. An n8n instance, cloud or self-hosted, a Blackbee account with an API key for n8n, and a way to reach each vendor's invoice, either their billing API or the PDF that's sitting on their portal. That's it. Let's build. Step 1. Connect the 2 systems. Log into Blackbee and create an API key for n8n. Then add the Blackbee node to a new workflow. Save that key as your credential and test the connection. You do this just once. After that, you can reuse the same credentials across every vendor workflow that you build. Step 2. Add a schedule trigger so this runs without you. Daily is a sensible default for cloud and SaaS because you don't know when these charges are being made. Just line it up to run a little after your usual billing dates, so the invoice is actually there when the workflow goes looking for it. Step 3. Go get the invoice. And there are 2 ways in, depending on the vendor. If they have a billing API, and most cloud providers and big SaaS tools do, generate an API key on their side and pull the invoice data on your schedule. That gives you clean, structured data, which is the easiest pathway. If all they give you is a PDF behind a login, you pull the file instead. Either way, that invoice that's been hiding on a portal finally enters a workflow. Step 4. Hand it over to Blackbee. And this is the part people expect to be complicated, but really it isn't. If you pull structured data, send it to the Create Bills API. If you pulled a PDF, send it to Upload Invoice. And Blackbee reads the document and pulls out every field for you. Here's the nice part. Either route creates the bill in Blackbee and posts it to your ERP as an open item. You don't build a separate push to ERP step. The API handles it all for you. Step 5. Apply the payment. Once the bill has been posted, you call the Apply Payment API with the settlement details, the amount, the date, the money actually left, the method, and the transaction reference. Blackbee takes that, closes out the open bill, and posts the payment entry into your ERP. So the invoice and its payment end up as one settled record. Done. Step 6. Handle the messy stuff. Because real billing is never as tidy as the happy path. A charge fails and the vendor retries it. A plan goes prorated halfway through the month. A credit shows up against something you already recorded. So add a branch. Anything unusual, a partial, a retry, a refund, gets routed to a person instead of being booked blindly. That's the bit that keeps the whole thing trustworthy. Step 7. Test it, then let it run. Run the whole workflow manually against one vendor first. Cloud is a great place to start. Watch the bill appear in Blackbee, post to your ERP as open, and then close out when the payment applies. Once that's clean, switch it on. Then just duplicate the workflow for your next vendor and swap out the fetch step. That's the copy-paste part. Now, one important thing to be straight about. This doesn't do your reconciliation for you. Blackbee captures the invoice, records it as paid, and posts it. But matching it against your bank statement still lives wherever it does today. What changes is that nothing's missing when you get there. Reconciliation stops being a scavenger hunt. If you take just one thing away from this, it's don't boil the ocean. Start with your biggest, least predictable bill. For most teams, that's cloud. Prove the workflow there. Then add your top card-billed SaaS tools. Then auto-pay utilities, one vendor at a time. And that's the build. Just like that, those auto-debit transactions stop being the things that hold up your close and instead become the things that take care of itself. If you'd like a full written walkthrough, that's on our website at www.blackbeeai.com. Head to our blog and you'll find it there. If you'd like to build your own integration, you can write to us. Book a demo right now in the link below and we'll get talking. See you next time.